Now what you gonna do with it? Now what you gonna do with it? Now what you gonna do with it? I'll put that work in your face. Now what you gonna do with it? Now what you gonna do with it? Now what you gonna do with it?
And we are live in the Fantasy Lounge.
Welcome. Week 2 wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. Week 2 wrap up. Good week. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm feeling great this week. You know why?
Hey, you
Got one in the win column.
You got one in the win column. As always, Mikey Mack on the mic. To the left, the over anxious, overzealous Commissioner Randy Hansen. And Randy, you are 1-on-1. Congratulations. But so are 8 other teams in the league.
I know. You know, that just goes to show how really competitive this league is, don't you think?
Yeah, or I think in general there's a lot of parity in the league this year. More than I could ever recall. There's not that one team that's standing out. We have two 2-0 teams. Myself, the man, the myth, the legend, right here, and also Matt Gallagher 2-0, and then also 2 0-2 teams. One surprise, actually 2 surprises. Andy and I, who's just completely fallen off fantasy.
You already know my feelings about Andy. He was once in the commissioner's corner, and he just doesn't care. No character anymore.
Where you know what it is? He's that high talent, high paid athlete that just doesn't show up. He's the Jay Cutler of our league right now.
No, even worse. He's an Albert Hainsworth. He got paid, didn't care anymore.
Possibly. Now, the shocker though, Simo 0-2 had a tough week 1 loss, one of the worst losses I can recall, and then obviously he goes down against Randy.
The commish, we're back, baby. Yeah. Call it the fall of Randy.
Now. Out of the 8-8, out of the 1-1 teams, the 8 of them, who is the best? Who's the most dangerous? You think?
Most dangerous?
Most dangerous.
You know what? I might go with Steuben, and this is the reason why. Because he fought, and he's 1-1, and now he gets the best player I think in the NFL back this week. After D'Angelo Williams has been putting up the best fantasy running back stats, it's D'Angelo Williams. You're getting Le'Veon Bell back. He's stuff to look out for. I thought about another person, but trade talks were flying this week, Mike.
We'll get to that later.
Also,
all right, 2-0, myself, and Gallagher. Which team more likely to fall off?
Fall off?
Fall off.
Gotta be Gallagher. It has to be. You have to look at his track record. What are you trusting this kid for? He is feeling himself way too much. Like you can just feel like him just so involved in himself, you could say, like almost overconfident, just pouring through text messages over the phone. Like, where does he get off like that? Where does he get off?
I say this, Gallagher, pump your brakes a little bit. Even talking me and you through text, we have been getting war words, almost to the point where I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. Hey, check yourself at the door. You're 2-0. Whoop-de-doo. Wave a flag. But at the same time, it's just begun.
Yeah, but honestly, the last time I saw him in person, he had a toilet bowl around his neck. So relax, man. Remember where you came from. You know what I mean?
Yep. Now, we have a very special guest today in the lounge. I think arguably probably the most criticized team. The most criticized manager in our league. We love to hate him, but 1-1.
Sasquatch.
The man, the myth, the legend, Late Jabber today in the lounge. Straight from work.
Looking fresh to death. So Jabber, welcome.
Let's do it.
Welcome.
Probably our most, professional dressed individual in the lounge so far. So
Yeah,
that.
Especially after Steuben last week. I don't know.
Still with the bucket hat though, I liked it. So
Steuben,
not even gonna lie.
You know, if Waleed came dressed like you when he came on the lounge, it would for sure been a job interview.
Wally can't pull. I've seen Wally tie a tie. It's not impressive.
Not impressive.
No.
Just do the double Windsor or just regular?
I don't know what he does. It's terrible.
Just the old,
the terrible Windsor.
The old sasailor's tie. The old sailor's
Bad
knot.
news.
No, we could rag on Waldo all day.
Oh my God.
We have done this before, but
We don't have enough time.
we don't have enough time now. Every person that steps in the lounge gets the hot seat.
Hot
All
seat.
No. So wait, are you ready for the hot seat?
I am.
You went from getting basically shellacked week 1, a part of the biggest beatdown. Everybody's making fun of you. Week 2, one of the worst debuts in league history. Week 2, you are the winner in the biggest beatdown. What changed?
Nothing really. It's just week 1 I wasn't gonna win no matter what because Ryan's team was absolutely dominant, and I wasn't even mad that I lost because even my team did play that I thought as well as they should have. Still was gonna get the L. But I knew they were gonna bounce back. I mean, AP got like 7 touches first week, and I don't know, just my whole team was just struggling. I mean, Peyton Manning looked terrible. Not saying he looks great. He still looks a little weak. I'm still a little worried about him, but I mean, he bounced back through 3 touchdowns. So I mean, that's really what saved me is Peyton Manning actually throwing for 2 right before the half, and then 1 at the end. So
Good segue to my next question. Peyton Manning, how confident are you? Where is he? Is he the guy we saw week 1? Is he the guy we saw week 2? Is somewhere in between? How do you feel about Peyton Manning?
the guy we saw week 2 wasn't even that. It didn't even make me that confident because a lot of balls he threw were little,
Duck City.
ducks. They're ducks, weak arm. There was a couple times where his receivers made a play on the ball, so they didn't get intercepted. So I mean, I'm still nervous about him, but if they just keep him in the shotgun, I think he'll be okay. But once he steps back, that's when he starts to run around, he looks
He's
terrible.
not a drop back passer. He's
No,
a
he's
shotgun
not.
guy
He's just,
making reads.
All he wants to do is rock back and let it go, and then I think he'll be
I
okay.
think the Turk had more receptions last week.
It was
Some
terrible. It was
receivers.
bad.
I was this close to putting Gary Kubiak as the bum of the week. Like, the man was, the first quarter play calls this man was calling was horrendous. He should have been out of a job after that first quarter. Against
Why do
Tennessee.
you need an offensive coordinator when you have
No.
Peyton Manning?
No. But I'm glad to see Payne because I'm a big Payne fan. I'm glad to see him
Yeah.
rectify the
The
situation.
guy plays the game right. A lot like my boy here, Cal Ripken.
Okay. Overall, lowest IQ in the sold out touchdowns league.
Lowest IQ?
Lowest IQ.
Oh man, I hate to do it to him, but Dave Stupid, I think he smoked himself retarded. I mean, some of the things you were saying today during the group chat, I couldn't even believe. When you spelled spite wrong with an R, spades, I think you spelled spades. I couldn't take you seriously anymore. You solidified your spot for me there.
Oh my
Good
God!
stupid
coming
shots
hot,
fired,
coming
bro.
hot.
No.
He was a varsity quarterback at one time. One too many CTE problem, you think? A CTE an option? Behind that weak old line. McCarthy and Lewis were your offensive linemen. Think about that. 2 sold-out TVs. And Andy. Andy couldn't even get on the field.
I also might have a little more hatred for Steuben since he is in my division. So
Throwing some shade.
I know,
A
him,
little spike.
Le'Veon Bell coming back,
Keep him on his toes.
Now, 2 versus 1. You're by yourself in a 2-on-1 basketball game. 2 players that you would beat 2-on-1 in our league.
All right, 2 players I would beat. Lewis, I gotta pick you. I don't see you play basketball too much. And then,
I see Lewis moving too much.
yeah, and then honestly, I think I might pick Randy.
Oh, stop.
Who's gonna dribble the ball in that scenario? Nobody. I'm pressing whoever's got the ball.
I'm
I'll
telling
press
you
him.
what, you ain't scoring once, man. I'm Ron Artest in this
Hey,
game.
just fadeaways all day over Randy. That's all I need. There's no way they're beating me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do
Hey,
you-
talk about I'm the most unathletic in the league. Guaranteed 2-on-1. I still win that.
Do you remember McCarthy? The McCarthy turnaround J?
That was good. Middle school. How could you forget that?
God.
That brings back some memories.
Yeah, you were
McCarthy
riding the bench.
I was-
Simmons.
I was riding the bench. I
I was
remember
on
that.
the bench, yeah.
Trout is calling TV timeouts.
That's when Randy was in his prime for basketball.
Yeah.
Best years of my life.
He peaked in middle school.
No. Lacey officially off the hot seat. Not too strenuous of a hot
No.
seat this week, but we have a lot to get to. So the hot seat had to be cut a little short.
Yeah, we got a lot of info, a lot of stuff going
Let's
on.
start where the action is. I'm a big fan. I love talking trades. What's going on this week? Ton of trades swirling. A couple about to go through some blockbusters. What happened this week?
Can I just say, follow us on Twitter, Sold Out TVs. I'm just telling you because it was popping off for trade rumors. First of all, I just got a text right now to get a trade put through. This is what I'm talking about. Live on the Fantasy Hot Seat, right here. We got Steuben and we got Gallagher trading 2 bums. 2 bums.
Hey, in Steuben's or in Gallagher's defense, D'Angelo Williams
Yeah.
is done for,
Yeah.
so he really needs to run it back. So I get the move.
We got the trade, Shane Vereen for Doug Baldwin. Steuben's trying to do that low-key kind of QB connection with Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin. You got to start him this week. You got to start him
Hey,
this week.
you know what's stupid? Low key, Doug Baldwin, sneaky. Maybe a 15 this week.
Against the Bears?
I
I think he's gonna get a
Is he
touchdown.
going to return
I
a
wouldn't
kick?
put it past him.
Who's the return kicks? Curse?
No, they got Tyler Lockett.
Oh, yeah.
Kicks. But I kind of like that. I like that move, Steuben. Low key. Nothing that you're going to brag about. Something that could be a solid player for you.
Might win you a week. That's what
Could
you
win
need.
you a week. The bigger trade that we're talking, my man to the right, as a trade in line with SEMO, DeMarco Murray and
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis.
And I'm getting Eifert and
Igor.
Frank Gore.
Well, take us through the rest. How
Okay.
did the trade develop?
All right.
Okay.
In my
Who
opinion,
hit up who?
who what?
Who hit up who for the trade?
I don't even know. I think it might have. I don't know. But this is how it all started. I didn't even want to draft DeMarco Murray this year. He fell to me late in the second round, so I said if I pass him up, it would kill me. It would haunt me, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to pick him up, draft him. I know he's in Philly. I hate Chip Kelly's offense. I didn't like it, all right? First week comes by, he puts up an 18, but that was 2 touchdowns with an 18. That's just disgraceful. An 18. What do you? I don't know. He had like 7 carries or something for 2 weeks.
Sam Bradford has more rushing yards than DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, when Chip Kelly's having Sam Bradford throw 50 passes a game, I can't live with that. Not to mention he's switching out the 3 running back, the 3-headed monster over there. You know, just line up on your center, I formation, run it to the right, let them stop you. That's what. And then they're not going to that at all. So I decided to just, you know what, part my ways.
Is it too early cut ties on DeMarco Murray? My thing is, he already went to the bad times with DeMarco. I think that's the worst he's going to be. You know what I mean? Is it too early to give up him? I think DeMarco Murray's got more upside than Frank Gore.
I believe that, but I think that my Frank Gore and Eifert matchup, because I'm going to start both of them, is going to produce more than I had Owen Daniels and DeMarco Murray. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the big picture, not DeMarco versus Frank. It's more of the 2 versus 2 thing going on there. So
Definitely an upgrade at the tight end position.
100%, yeah. I'd say it might be a downgrade at the running back, but
I will say this: Frank Gore has not looked good. Right, does not look good. But at the same time, it's Frank Gore. They'll find a way. Andrew Luck's going to find a way to get things done.
Indy's offense is going to turn around. They got too many guys, too many high Q guys, too many athletes.
it's just terrible.
All lined
No,
up.
there was a even bigger blockbuster that we're going to get to later on in the show involving Ryan Almberg and Waldo. But there were some trades, myself included, that almost got done. You know, I stress almost because it was signed, sealed, delivered through text. I'm talking about you, Andy, and Naya. We had a deal in principle. I would receive Andrew Luck. He would basically get Breeze, Cooks, and Ivory. He said he was going to send it to me. It was about to get done. I was planning on Sunday starting Andrew Luck. I get a text Tuesday morning after we already basically agreed to the trade saying, you know what, I kind of overreacted. I don't want to do it anymore. Really? Really? Can you believe that?
That's just who Andy is now.
Hey, that's your trade jitters. Everybody gets them, you know.
You know,
No one
it's
wants
all
to
been
part
tough.
ways.
But once you put it in paper, once you sign and deliver that trade, can't veto it.
Nope.
You know the rule now. Can't veto it, Dave.
Also, too,
I forgot about that.
Aaron Rodgers' name thrown around in some
yeah.
trade talks.
I'm going to say me and Andy had a trade in the works, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I might turn out to regret this trade. I just couldn't do it. We had AJ Green and Zach Ertz he was going to give me, who was he going to get? Macklin, Jimmy Graham, and Alfred Morris. And you know what? I know I'm going to beat myself because I think Jimmy Graham's going to turn it around. I just love me some AJ Green as my wide receiver too, and I couldn't give up on it.
I think Graham will turn around. I think AJ has more value. But you would get Macklin. I don't know. It was a tough trade to pull the trigger on.
You know what? I would have pulled that trade for a huge. Let's talk about the huge acquisitions and huge pickups.
Let's talk about the waiver wire.
Big one for my boy over here, Mr. Late Jibba.
I was lucky enough to have the first pick, which I still don't understand. I need you guys to explain how the waiver wire works to me.
It's the last person to make it.
Last person to make a move. Okay, I thought it was whoever's in last.
No.
Last person to make a move, I'll take it. I was number 1.
Yeah.
I'm Matt Jones.
It doesn't revolve. It doesn't switch every week.
Okay.
Interesting. That clears up a lot of controversy.
I was.
So you could save those pickups if you don't want to. If you're thinking for weeks down the line.
Yeah, you can. But I'm going to be picking up every week.
Who'd you pick up this week, Mr. Jabber?
I picked up Matt Jones, and I also picked up New York Giants defense. And I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for that one, but let me tell you.
What was the thought process behind there?
0-2 Giants, right? I don't think they should be 0-2, but they are. They're playing at home Thursday night against Washington, division game, okay?
Short week at home.
Short week at home. They need this win badly. Little stat that I came up with, thanks to me and Matt Gallagher were talking about it. Last year, same game, I think it was September 25th, 2014. 45-14 Giants and 6 turnovers. If they could produce half that, I'm happy. I'm predicting 2 turnovers and 2 sacks this Thursday.
That's a good
2
game.
turnovers and 2 sacks.
You know, I really like. I hate to say, I'm playing Lewis this week. He grabs New England D, playing Jacksonville. I'm very disappointed. I'm very saddened by this because I'm playing Lewis. I think New England probably has at least a 25 this week.
At least a 25.
Probably.
With the D?
Because you know they're going to turn.
With the D?
They're going to turn Bortles over for sure.
Yeah.
And also, last year Jacksonville gave up the most sacks last year. I guarantee you, New England's going to get at least 2-3 sacks.
Is Allen Robinson a good start this week against Diana?
Trying to pick up some advice.
Trying to throw it out there, throwing it out.
I think he's a good play. I mean, it's not like that they locked down. It's just New England's the bend, don't break.
Over Pierre Garcon?
I'd probably go Garcon.
Hey, okay.
I'd
like to add another crucial pickup for the commish. Devontae Freeman.
Huge pickup.
Going to start him this week. I'm surprised he fell to me. I was
Me
ninth
too.
on the waiver wire
Ninth?
list. I was ninth, and
Oh,
I
wow.
still got him.
I want to
I'm
give
starting him this week.
I want to give a shout out to Mike McCarthy, even though I'm playing him this week. Handcuffed there, got Starks. I'm surprised he got him. To be honest, I thought he didn't even fall that far, but
That's
good
big.
pickup. That's huge. You got a handcuff. You're good.
Yeah, that's true. Because
Good
you know,
for you. I'm kind of pissed about it. Not gonna lie.
Lacey goes down, Starks plug in right
Starks.
away.
That's what I'm saying.
Big time.
I'm playing him this week. I was praying he didn't get that pickup, but he did. So now, I guess we'll see.
No. I think a new segment to the show. We aired it. We debuted it last week. The bum stud start of the week, where we talk about a person that was a bum, a great start, and also just an absolute stud of the week. Right. So we'll kick it off with the bums, the people we hate absolutely right now. Randy, you want to guess the bum for the week for you?
Bump for a week, got him Mike Evans for Dave. Threw up a fat 0. No, he's
Thank you.
He was
Mike Evans.
he's probable. No, he was questionable. Then he played and did absolutely nothing. Like you can't expect that out of your wide receiver number 1. You know what I mean? That's the kiss of death right there.
It is.
Tampa Bay.
I think he's going to have an issue all year long with Mike Evans.
Oh.
I think this is going to be bad news for Dave.
You know what surprised me? He actually gave him the start again this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, he did.
I'm surprised about that.
So, I mean, Dave likes to switch up, but
Yeah.
You never know what Dave's lined up to about 11:55.
Right before kickoff.
I got a 2-part bump. Number 1 is Andy and I already talked about my distaste for Andy already. But the fact that he reneged on a trade, like just to me, that ruins friendships, right?
Shows your true character.
I was getting ready to start Andrew Luck, right? Now, my biggest bum of the day, hands of the week, was Andrew Luck again. Now, here's the thing. If he has just an Andrew Luck game, he's beat me. Like, he's probably beat me. But 3 interceptions, 1 fumble. I mean, the dude had a negative going into halftime, I believe. Like, as the number 2 pick overall, absolute bum of the week. But I will say this. I expect a massive game from Andrew Luck this week. Massive. But for week 2, absolute bum of the week.
He has more turnovers the last 2 years than Jay Cutler. And anytime you say you have more something than Jay Cutler, it's not a good way to start a sentence.
No. My bum of the week goes out to the running back over there, Jeremy Hill. Unbelievable. How do you fumble the ball 2 times when you touch it 11? I don't understand. How can you not hold on to the ball? You got it. That's your job.
That's
2
what you
fumbles. What'd you put up, a 2 this week? That's
Straight bench to basically the whole second.
you were such a bum that Ryan just kicked you off your team because you're done. You're gone. He sent you packing. That's it.
Now, I'm going to kick things off with the start of the week. The start of the week is a sneaky play, that you might not have made, but you went with your gut, right? And you started them. My start of the week is going out to Torrey Smith. Mike McCarthy starting Torrey Smith after week 1, putting up a 2. He comes back, honestly wins McCarthy's game for him, puts up a 26. Out of nowhere. A lot of people would have sat him after that, too.
Oh, yeah.
McCarthy stuck with them, stuck with his guns, and it paid off. Good start for McCarthy.
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Jibba Jabz. I'm throwing a lot of love at you this week. I don't know if I like it. It feels weird. But Larry Fitz having a career day. First time in the regular seasons he's ever had 3 touchdowns. And going against the Bears, making Kyle Fuller look like an absolute idiot. Just our number 1 draft pick. Go Bears, right? It's going to be a long
He was
season,
terrible.
fellas.
I also picked Larry Fitz. I had to toot my own horn on that one. I was debating it all week, and then I just went with the gut, even though I had to play the Bears. But man, it looked like he was like what 09 Fitz. It was great. It was. Hate to see the Bears lose, but love to see Larry Fitz score some touchdowns. It's gonna happen that way.
I feel like not a better guy in the NFL than Larry Fitz.
Oh no,
Just-
stand-up guy.
Just a pro's pro.
Yes.
Pro.
Different.
Just a gentleman.
Nice start too. I mean, you could have started Amari.
Amari had a good game.
Any way you would have went last week, you would have been fine.
My receivers played well.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
These are the people. These are the men we love to drool over. The absolute studs. You know, the people the guys you're putting out there and just dominating. So, let how we kick it off with the stud of the week.
The stud of the week for me goes to my man, the commission over here, Antonio Brown. Okay, this guy's going 9 for 11, 2 games straight. What? He had 195 yards and 133 yards and a touchdown. Anytime you're only missing 2 catches, but you get targeted 11 times, can't complain. Absolute monster every week. Count on him to put at least 25 on. It's
Absolutely.
Unstoppable.
You know what pissed me off is like you're reading on Twitter, you're reading all these all these analysts say like Julio Jones, best wide receiver in football. Especially after last time, like how can you say that after Antonio Brown just went for 195 receiving, a touchdown, and he got a 2-point conversion?
he's just
And
absolute
the thing
monster.
is, he's not huge. He's not like all appearing his size, but then runs routes. He reminds me of Jerry Rice.
He's
Honestly,
great.
he reminds me
He's
of Jerry Rice.
absolutely phenomenal hands.
Just a great route runner. He gets open.
All you need.
Always gets open. Even though I hate this man right now, we're both 2-0, but I'm going to have to say the stud of the week, D'Angelo Williams. If you would have told me D'Angelo Williams is the top producing fantasy running back in the NFL after 2 weeks, I would have said, you're an idiot. But that's exactly what he is. And shout out to Gallagher, too. Sneaky play when he picked him up. He was on no one's radar. He picks him up. And after 2 weeks, the best running back in fantasy now. Again, what is he now? Le'Veon Bell's coming back. But that doesn't really matter. He did what he needed to do. He got Gallagher at 2-0. Absolute stud past week.
Absolutely.
Past 2 weeks, actually.
I think it just solidifies what Le'Veon Bell's going to be when he comes back. If D'Angelo
monster.
wins, I'm scared. I'm scared of Dave's team with Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
That was my pick of the week. Said Tony Brown. You already heard it. Jesus.
Yeah.
Best draft pick. Probably the best draft pick I've ever had in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And
But I never had someone that good on my team ever.
Explains
RG3.
why he missed the
RG3
playoffs,
years
though,
ago.
right?
RG3 when I made it and won 3rd place.
RG3.
Yeah, that year.
What was that? His freshman year, I guess? His rookie year?
Yeah. Circa
Freshman year.
2011, 2012.
Something like that.
well, that was the bum stud of the week. So I hope you all enjoyed that one. We had some good numbers out there.
Can I just throw in an over-under before we start breaking down matchups?
Let's do it.
Over-under, I just want to say this now. Over-under, 14.5 TDs this year for Gronk.
I want to go over.
Over.
Is he gonna have the best statistical season for a tight end?
What did he have? 2 last week?
Yeah, no,
He got one.
You caught one, but
He's
he's
got
got
four.
4 on the year.
He's got 4 on the year.
Just an absolute monster.
Monster.
Unguardable.
Yeah.
He really is.
Love me some Gronk. Honestly, Channel's team with Watkins emerging, he would have been a good start of the week too. Sammy Watkins throwing that out there after putting up a goose egg. Channel stuck with him.
He
He had a
did.
nice game. Channel's team's looking better and better. Better and
That
better.
James Jones pickup's really panning out for you,
Yeah.
so that's good.
I know. We need Stanford to be healthy.
He does.
A crucial week 3, our last of our division games for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
These are huge for the simple fact that you don't want to lose. There's a lot of teams 1-1. 1 and 2 is a lot better than 2 and 1. I'll tell you that right now. Right.
2 and 1's a lot better than 1 and 2.
2 and 1's a lot better than 1 and 2 right now. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. The stats guy.
This is over here. Okay, so we're gonna start breaking down the matchups. Let's start with the commish. A big game against the 2-0 Gallagher. And I say this is why. This is why. Gallagher wins. He's 3-0. You're 1-2. Automatically 2 games back in the division.
I know, it's huge. I think it's going to be the close game of the week, honestly. But the thing for me, he's got Alshon on his bench right now. Is Alshon going to play? That's a question mark.
It's huge.
Is Carlos Hyde going to be healthy?
Even if Elshon plays, we got what, Clausen thrown in? Do you
Yeah,
want
and
that?
he's on.
He's still going to get targets, still getting catches.
I mean,
And
did you
Yeah.
see Clausen?
Carlos Hyde? Question mark. That's
Against
the thing.
Arizona's stingy D.
My thing is Tannehill versus Buffalo. That's big for me. You know what I mean? If Tannehill has a decent game, he throws up a 22, 23, I win this game.
Oh man, I don't know. He's got Rodgers on Monday night with Cobb on Monday night.
My thing is, I don't think Gallagher's going to be able to replace D'Angelo Williams' productivity. He's going, T.J. Yeldon. Is that a good start? Yes. Is it D'Angelo Williams? Am I saying this? I mean, is it D'Angelo Williams? That's what it's come to? I don't think it is. I really don't. I think Hyde struggles. I really do. And all right, Rodgers Monday night against Kansas City. It's hard to say Rodgers is going to have a bad game. I don't think that. But at the same time, I don't think he has a huge game against Kansas City. I think it's a tough game. I really do. It's close. I'm going to give the slight edge, though, to Randy on this one.
You know, man, I just looking at this matchup, I just can't argue with. I don't know. I can't argue with Rodgers and Cobb on Monday night, but at the same time, I feel like Randy's dominating the receivers. And like Lamar Miller and Carlos Hyde's a wash to me. And Freeman and Yeldon's a wash to me. So it might come down to Greg Olsen and Zach Ertz. It might come down to the tight end position. Can Greg Olsen bounce back from the last 2 weeks? What do you have, like a 3 or something like that? Greg Olsen's been struggling.
Is he finally going to pop off?
Yeah, he's supposed to be what, the third best tight end in the league?
He's not looking like it.
And you know what, he had a 13 last week, not bad, but the first week he had 2. I mean, I don't know, depends.
Who are you picking?
I'm gonna have to go with. I might have to go with Rodgers and Cobb on Monday night. I might have to go with Gallagher. Start out the season 3-0.
I'm going with Gallagher too. 3-0 to Big Jew baby. Give you a little thing. I just don't like Lamar Miller and Tannehill versus Buffalo. I think that's going to be the kiss of death.
That's a tough matchup.
I'd see if Zach Ertz can turn around too.
He's playing New York, the Jets, though too.
I know. So.
The Jets
might come down to the matchup situation.
The Jets might be the best defense in the league. They cover anything. Like, their corners are ridiculous.
Buffalo's up there, too.
Now, 2 teams that were 1-0 heading into week 2, both lost. We're talking Dave Steuben, Ryan Allenberg. Big matchup again. You don't want to start off 1-2 in your own division, especially. Steuben obviously gets Le'Veon Bell back against, I would say a juicy matchup against Seattle.
Yeah.
I think any matchup with Le'Veon's a juicy matchup.
St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis, my fault. Against St. Louis. Who do you like?
I'm going to have to I picked Steuben this week, and it's just because Russell Wilson, and now he's going to have Doug Baldwin versus the Bears. I think Russell Wilson is going to – the Bears can't hand over any quarterback ever. So he's going to get a lot of points on the ground, a lot of points in the air. And Jimmy Graham is bitching and complaining about not getting the ball. I think they're going to pop off. At least 1.5 touchdowns.
I like Russell a lot this week. And
Le'Veon being back.
So Ryan's not going to have Hopkins or Keenan Allen, 2 of his starters. He's getting Edelman in return, but he's also going to get Moncrief. Brady against Jacksonville, you got to like that matchup. Jacksonville can maybe get to Brady, maybe cause some bad throws. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but they can rush the passer a little bit. Man, I think
Brady's the surest thing in fantasy right now, besides Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. I think Bell, though, coming back and Wilson might be a little too much. Maybe. What do you got, Lee?
I also, I'm going to have to go with Dave Steuben on this one. Just the fact that Le'Veon Bell is just coming back. I mean, Steuben's team looked good week 1. I mean, last week you struggled a little bit. But the thing that scares me about your team is, you got Mike Evans, who's just, he's still nursing that injury. And then if you go to Terrence Williams, now who you got throwing to him?
Brandon
Weeden? That's terrible. Now, Jason Wayne's not going to do what he did, but compared to what Ryan's going to do this week and who's he trading, I still think Steuben pulls it out.
Well, I think
Steuben.
Jets D, though, could cause some problems for Philly. No doubt about that. I might be biased. I think New Orleans is going to have a good game this week. Hopefully Breeze could do something against Carolina. Hey, it could come down to the Jets just basically outclassing Carolina.
Absolutely.
I was thinking Steuben. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go Ryan. I'm going to switch it up and go Ryan.
A Ryan guy action.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Steuben's got the slight edge, in my opinion. Just Le'Veon Bell himself just gives me so much confidence in Steuben's team. The way D'Angelo Williams is running the ball, I feel like Le'Veon Bell's going to put up 40, but we'll see.
No. Two teams arguably maybe in the opposite direction, especially after this trade. Waldo getting a lot in return for his trade with Ryan, and Simo's team, I know making the trade to get to Marco, but down here right now. Is Simo gonna pop up and get to 1 or 2 this week?
I don't see Simo starting off 0-3. I don't see it. His team is too good, I think, for him to start off 0-3. I have to give a big shout out to Waleed. I've never seen one player's team fall apart so fast in a matter of 2 weeks. And I have to give you props for turning around with that trade. You're definitely getting the depth.
He's been actually cool and collective.
Yeah,
with the
yes,
adversity. That shows a lot about a man.
I have to.
A lot of adversity thrown his way. He's been cool and collective, making rational decisions, not hitting the panic button.
You know, he's not. And, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I think your team's going to get better with that trade. I really do. But I just don't see Simo starting off 0-3, and I really think that his team's actually had a good week, too. Because he has the players. He just needs them to produce right now.
No, with Romo being out, he's starting Andy Dalton.
I like
Again, at Baltimore. We saw David Carr have a really nice game.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton has 52 fantasy points. He's no slouch. Right?
He's always pretty decent in the regular season.
But then he sometimes has those clunkers though,
Oh,
where he
is it
throws for
clunker?
like 40 yards. But at the same time, I don't hate the matchup with Dalton.
No?
I'm picking what seemed to win, and it's based on this. I think Abdullah is going to have a crappy game versus Denver. Especially
Denver's
if
D is
yeah,
legit.
Denver's D is one of the best in the league. Especially if Stafford, being questionable as he is right now, if Stafford's not going to play, oh my gosh. Abdullah, you're going to have nothing going.
He's getting Jeremy Hill in return, which is
Yeah.
but again, so I mean, I think Jeremy Hill's going to have a nice game. I don't think he's going to pop off though. So that could be a difference maker.
I'm taking Simo. Welcome to the win column, buddy.
I'm thinking if Eli throws for over 25 fantasy points, I'd like Simo under 25. I'm gonna go Waller.
I think Eli Manning, like I said, I have confidence in the New York Giants this week. I took their defense. I think they're going to play great. I think Eli Manning's going to have a good game. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to shred the defense in Washington, and he's just going to throw bombs to them all day. So you should be excited. I'm excited. Simo, you should be excited because you're about to win this game.
Okay. Now, if we're talking McCarthy, all right, we're talking McCarthy, my man Jibba Jabz to the right. McCarthy has a huge win against Ryan, knocked him off.
I want to give the game ball out to last week to Mike McCarthy. First win as a Sold Out TDs member. Congratulations, bud. Welcome to win column. Welcome to Sold Out TDs. Now you're a player.
Okay. If we're looking at the matchup out here, like I said, I love me some Peyton Manning. You guys know this. I was dying watching the first quarter of that Kansas City game. Asked Dave Stewart, he was there watching. I think Peyton has a big game against a shaky Detroit defense.
Sunday night.
But I also like Matt Ryan. I think Blake's team a little too much with AP against San Diego. I like that matchup at home in the Dome. Yeah, and are they still playing in the Dome, or are they getting rid of the Dome?
Detroit?
Yeah, no, Minnesota.
No, they're out of the dome, bro. Grow up.
They're out of the Dome, bro. Never mind. I still like them, though, at home. Whatever. I still like them at home. I think Blake gets the W, but I think it's a close game. And I think the difference, though, is C.J. Anderson has another bad game.
For me, I mean, I can't bet against myself. I think I'm trying to win every week, so I think it's stupid if you say you're going to lose. No, you got to have confidence in your team. I think the key thing for me this week is if Peyton Manning has a good game, I need Emmanuel Sanders to be under a 20. Because if that's the case, Emmanuel Sanders kills every week. And I need him to start throwing at my man Demaryius. And I think Emmanuel Sanders is going to kill this week too. But I think that AP might have the best game of his season because he's still due for a touchdown. He hasn't had a touchdown yet. Had a couple callback last week. I think he got vultured a couple times, but he still had a great game. He had a fumble, but if he holds on to that fumble, he's put up a 22.
Yeah.
So
he hasn't had a touchdown in the last 6 games he played in.
I know, and he's due for one. He's due for maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't know. I honestly think AP's gonna have a 25 this week. That's just me personally. Again, I'm my receivers. I'm always playing the committee thing with them, so we'll see. I gotta go with my gut. I don't know who I'm starting yet. I'm still reading and feeling it out. But yeah, so and again, Mike McCarthy starts. Great for you. I'm pissed about it, but it's good for you. So I'm nervous about that too. Monday night could be huge. So I guess it comes down to the Emmanuel Sanders for me. If he has a bad game, I think I'm winning.
I'm going Mike McCarthy winning this week. You know, I wrote down late, but the more I look at it, I think Mike McCarthy's going to pull out this W, especially because Brandon Marshall
Still a monster.
So it's always the first year he's playing somewhere he kills. Everyone loves him. It's year 2 where everyone hates him.
Yeah.
And he starts getting crazy. All right. Brandon Marshall, he's gonna boss.
Yeah, I mean, he still looks absolutely just a man among boys.
C.J. Anderson hasn't got going yet, so this is gonna be crucial for C.J. Anderson to get going. I think this is the week he does.
We'll see. All right, now if we're going, one of the last matchups we're going to talk about is Matt Channel and Andy, one of the two teams that's 0-2. Does Andy get in the win column this week?
No, absolutely not. Andy, I don't know what's going on with you. You gotta make some moves. Do something. Where have you been? I haven't heard from you in like 3 weeks. Nothing.
Is he to come Sunday? That's the question. Is he?
I don't know what's going on with you, man. You're always making moves. You're barely making pickups, barely doing anything. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, T.Y. Hilton's nursing that injury. Andrew Luck looks terrible. I mean, he got Mariota. Mariota's put up what? What, he put up a 20 last week? I mean, I understand. I would never sit Luck. I would never sit Luck. But, at this point, you got to do something. You got to figure it out. You got to make something happen.
I think Stafford being questionable against Douglas D. I'm giving Andy this win this week.
And Talib is going to be on probably Calvin.
I think big week from Jimmy Graham, big week from Andrew Luck. Andy, first W. Congratulations. You're not going to get many this year, but it's your first one.
I'm loving me some Latavius at Cleveland. I think Latavius has a big game. I don't know. The Stafford matchup is not good, but at the same time, he can maybe start a different quarterback and give him some points. I think Luck has a huge game. I'm going to go Andy this week just because I think Luck's going to put up a 40.
I don't know, man. Doug Martin and Bernard, they got to put up at least 15s apiece for you to win, I think.
Last matchup, we're talking about the host, the man in the red, the best-looking host in all of Bridgeport. We're talking Mikey Mack versus Lewis. It's a big game for me. All right, if I go 3-0 in the division, I'm feeling really, really good. All right, myself. Now the question is, can I get there?
My question is, how are you 3-0 with Drew Brees putting up stinkers?
That's how good my team is. No, to be honest, all right, I had a good matchup last week against Andy. Like against a lot of other teams, I'm losing that week. I was lucky last week to play Andy, put up at 89. But week 1, I had a great showing, top 3 points in week 1. So that's how.
I'm taking this against Toronto. Let me go to my notes. Is Cook's finally going to get going? That's my question.
I'm hoping he starts cooking, if you know what I'm trying to say. Right?
He's starting Benjamin right now. That's one thing for Lewis that's got question marks, especially now that Johnny Manziel's not starting.
And the thing is, though, with Benjamin, like, obviously he gets for big plays, but I think he only has, like, 6 targets on the game.
Yeah, he's touchdown dependent.
But against Oakland, who's known to give up just dumb plays, I can see Benjamin popping off. I love me some Roethlisberger. The thing is, Jordan Matthews on Revis Island, I'll take that all day. Marcus Wheaton, but I like the combo. If Breeze is just Breeze, come on, I'm begging you, bro. Just get in the end zone twice. Can you throw me 2 touchdowns? Just do that for me, and I'll feel good.
Oh man, the thing about Lewis's team right now for me is the fact that, like, you got Bennett. He's not going to get any touches this week. I think you just got tough matchups. Forte's going to get a lot of touches, but he's also playing Seattle's D. So.
Clausen we trust. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, Forte's just. He's not going to get the targets as much either, though. So I mean, I think he might just be carries, like all carries. But I don't know. I mean, the matchup. I'm just like a Trout's team. His receivers are too heavy.
They want to come offensive series with the Bears with Lanford. They're trying to work him in because that's their guy for the future.
Yeah.
So let's see if that deters Matt Forte coming up.
I think I'm going to have to go with Mike. His receivers are just too strong.
We'll see.
Especially because I'm pulling for Demaryius Thomas this week. I got to have him have a big game over Emmanuel Sanders. So.
I will say this. Roethlisberger, highest fantasy points for a quarterback last year. Lewis, congratulations. That's
$20 in the bank.
$20, Lewis.
Who is it this week? Running back?
Running back.
I think I'm taking that AP.
I'm hoping and praying St. Louis is able to get the Roethlisberger, maybe 3, 4, 5 sacks, cause some disruptions in the passing game. Let's hope for it, right? For Mikey Mack's sake. Okay. Now, that's all about. We previewed each matchup. Like, I think you had so far a really strong show.
Yeah. Welcome, bro.
Yeah. Calm, cool, collected, Jibba Jabz over here.
Lower 5 Weasels.
Weasel boy.
As we wind down, we got two segments that people like. The first segment,
Fan favorites.
Pop off, drop off by your man Mikey Mack. Now, last year I must admit Last week, I must admit, not a good showing for me. I predicted Gronk to drop off. He had a 24. I predicted Greg Olsen to pop off. He only had like a 13. Not a good showing. But this week, I'm back with the vengeance. Now, pop off. To me, it was a no-brainer. I'm giving this one out to Russell Wilson against Chicago at home. First game at home. Russell Wilson is going to run wild on Chicago. I'm going to go on a limb and say over 85 rushing yards, 3 total touchdowns. I predict Russell Wilson to pop off, go for at least a 35.
Ooh.
35 from Russell Wilson. I'm loving the matchup. I bet Graham gets in the end zone. Like it's going to be a huge game for Russell Wilson. I can see them maybe putting up 45 points against the Bears this week.
Absolutely.
I love me some Russell Wilson this week.
There's no evidence that says they're not.
Yeah. Russell Wilson will pop off. Now, for everybody that pops off, there's always a person that drops off. Am I right? I'm coming for you, Matt Gallagher, and I'm talking about Carlos Hyde. Now, you caught lightning in a bottle week 1. Week 2, he goes out with an injury. Right? I'll give you that. Now, going against an Arizona defense who has combined allowed for less than 110 rushing yards so far in the first 2 games. Mark Ingram did score a touchdown, but only had 53 yards rushing. Matt Forte last week caught some balls. He did that, but again, only had, I believe, under 65 yards rushing. Arizona does not give up rushing yards. It's just not going to happen. And I don't see Carlos Hyde a factor in the passing game. Granted, he caught 4 balls last week. I don't see Carlos Hyde popping off in the receiving game. I think it's a close game. I do not see Carlos Hyde getting going at all. Carlos Hyde will drop off, go for less than 10 fantasy points week 3. That's my drop off.
Okay. Coming at your heart.
Nah. Pop off, drop off. It's just ended.
Complete.
Again, I feel I'm fired up today. As you can tell, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself a little bit. Now, this is what I've been waiting for. What everybody tunes in to see. Good old.
Do they hit fast forward?
They might.
Straight to the 42 mark?
Because people are worried that they're going to be in the commissioner's corner, right? And so, another installment of the corner. Commish, take it away.
Well, everyone, first I'd like to say welcome to the Commissioner's Corner and good luck in week 3. Commissioner's Corner this week is dedicated to one and only Ryan motherfucking Allenberg. Ryan, the trade rape king. You just walked into a dark room, buddy, and you're playing the game. Who's in my mouth? And guess who it is? It's Waldo. Edelman, Ingram, Moncrief, for Hill, Allen, Hopkins, Newton. Ryan, you came in here after week 1 talking, everyone's going to hit the panic button. Everyone Jeremy Hill, top 5 running back. I'm loving him. It's talking group chats. Everyone's going to go crazy. Well, guess what, Ryan? I think you just hit the panic button. All right, you threw up a stinker last week, and you're trying to trade rape someone else, but this time, what comes around goes around. That's what we like to say around here. All right, little karma coming your way. Waldo got you. Waldo was more collective, was more cool, and he got you. Your wide receivers now are Adams, Moncrief, and Edelman. Yeah, you hear that pause? Let that sink in. You got scared. You came into Waldo and bailed him out like 2008, all right? Like the banks, all right? Waldo came in, let's just hand out all our good players, all right, Ryan? This was the kiss of death. Probably, is it too early, but maybe say the worst move of the fantasy league. This is your kiss, all right? This is the end of your reign. This is done. You're done as the king, all right? You're on the guillotine, and Waldo fucking pulled the plug, and you're beheaded. So, good luck this year. You're not going to be Teats. I don't think you're going to be a Teats. I think somehow Gallagher might work his way back in there.
I don't know.
But it's it for you, buddy. Your reign is done. And that is it for Commissioner's Corner.
Ooh, I guess time will tell, though, on that. Who knows, right? You got to give Ryan the benefit of the doubt.
He's the reigning champ.
Absolutely. Can we give another shout out? I didn't even know. Hey, Ricardo's still hanging around the league. He's still helping Gallagher. The guy hasn't text, tweeted anything, and he's still around. I'd love to see Ricardo. I'd love to see just get him on the phone or something once in a while. Shout out to Ricky Rex.
Get him on the video chat.
It's a little Skype action.
Well, Lathan, we appreciate you stopping by the lounge.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
Now, remember, if you'd like to be a guest on the Fantasy Lounge, never hesitate to get in touch with us. We love to have some guests up at 33rd and Emerald. Okay.
Hey, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Hey, coming to you soon, we're going to start a league Instagram, too. So, guys, give us a follow.
And remember, hey, at Twitter handle sold out touchdown league, right?
Oh, my God. That's you have to go there for breaking news and comedy insight to what's going on in the league.
I guarantee you, more information through that Twitter handle than maybe the group chat.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now, as always, thanks for tuning in, and remember, it's never too late to come relax at the lounge. Take care, y'all.
Take care. Good job, Kane.
Woo woo!